Hello, welcome to Math with Kantoma. In today's lesson, we are going to simplify this function. They said we should find the solution set of this inequality. The first inequality given is x minus 1 into x minus 3 greater than 0. So now we are looking for the solution to this set of inequality. Right? So now to prove this or to simplify this, we are going to take the value x minus 1 and this value x minus 3. So now for the first value, when x minus 1 is equal to 0, the value of x is equal to 1. This minus 1 will crosses the equality, so x will now be equal to 1. Again, if we consider this x minus 3 to be equal to 0, the value of x will now be equal to plus 3. So now the range value of x will now be x less than 1 and x lying in between 1 and 3. Then also we have x greater than 3. So now these are the possible values we have to derive the solution set of this inequality. So next, when x is less than 1, think of any number that is less than 1. Think of any number less than 1, substitute it into the equation. If x is less than 1, let's say 0. 0 of course is less than 1. So now put x to be 0. So I'll have 0 minus 1 here. 0 minus 1, which is equal to minus 1. So now x is negative here. Think of any number less than 1. Not necessarily 0. Minus 1 is also less than 1. Minus 2 is less than 1. Put it here. Minus 2 minus 1 is going to give you minus 3. So definitely the value you are going to obtain here is going to be a negative value. So x is negative on this axis. So we'll put the negative sign. Next, when x is less than 1, think of any number less than 1 and put it here. Let's say 0. 0 minus 3 is minus 3. Let's say minus 1. Minus 1 minus 3 is minus 4. So the value of x on this axis when it is less than 1 is of course a negative value. So it's going to give you a negative value. Then now moving to the next, we said x lying in between 1 and 3. X less than 1 and x less than 3. So if x is less than 1, what number do we have that is in between 1 and 3? Think of 2. 2 is in between 2 and 1. 2 is greater than 1 and then 2 is less than 3. So x is greater than 1, 2 is greater than 1 and x is less than 3. 2 of course is less than 3. So now when we take x to be 2, substitute it here. 2 minus 1 is going to give us positive, which is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. 2 minus 3 is going to be negative here. So now on this axis, x is positive because 2 minus 1 is positive. And on this axis, 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So x is negative on this value. Then next, when x is greater than 3, think of any number greater than 3. 5. 5 is greater than 3. Put x to be 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. So x, whatever number you pick that is greater than 3 is going to give you a positive result here. So we have x to be positive on this axis. Then now on the next axis, think of any number greater than 3. We say 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. So any number you put here that is greater than 3, you are also going to get a positive value. So now the solution set of this inequality is the product of this and this that is greater than 0. So now we multiply the sign here. Minus times minus here. This times this, meaning minus times minus is plus. Plus times minus is minus. Plus times plus is plus. So now they say the value is greater than 0, meaning it is positive. So now when x is positive, is the solution. The positive sign is the solution set of this inequality. So we say therefore, the set x which belongs to the set of real numbers such that x is less than 1 and x is greater than 3 is the solution to this inequality. Is a solution to this inequality. The value, they said x greater than 0. So now if it is greater than 0, then definitely it is a positive value. So now x is positive here and x is also positive here. So now the solution set to this inequality is a set of x lying between 1 and 3, x less than 1 and x greater than 3. So now the set of x in R denoting as a real number, set of x belonging to the set of real numbers such that x is greater than 1 and x is greater than 3 is the solution set to this inequality. So now let's take the second one quickly. The second one says x plus 1, x minus 2 and x minus 3 less than 0. So now the solution set to this inequality are this. We have x plus 1, we have x minus 2 and we have x minus 3. So now when x plus 1 is equal to 0, the value of x is equal to minus 1. So now we said x less than minus 1. That's the first inequality. When x is minus 2, x minus 2 equals to 0, so x is equal to positive 2. So now x lying in between 1, minus 1 and 2 is the second inequality. Then the third inequality, x lying between 2 and 3, because this is minus 2, x equal to 2 and x equal to 3. So we have x lying between 2 and 3. Then the third one, x minus 3 equals to 0, so x equal to 3. So any number greater than 3 is 0. So now this is the third inequality. So now to multiply this, first we said when x is less than minus 1, think of any number that is less than minus 1. Minus 2 is less than minus 1. Minus 3 is less than minus 1. So pick x to be minus 2, substitute it here. Minus 2 plus 1 is going to give you minus 1. Minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. So any number you put here, so far as it's less than minus 1, is going to give you a negative value. The next, any number you pick here, x minus 2, put x to be, let's say minus 2 again. Minus 2 here, minus 2 is minus 4. Put x to be minus 3. Minus 3 minus 2 is still minus 5. So x is also negative on this axis. Put x to be minus 2 and substitute it here. When x is minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5. So x is also negative on this axis. So next, x lying between 1 and 2. What number do we have in between 1 and 2? Let's say 1.5. 1.5 is in between 1 and 2. So put x to be 1.5 here. 1.5 plus 1 is 2.5. So the x is positive here. Put x to be 1.5. 1.5 minus 2, you are going to have minus 1.5. So x is negative here. Put x to be 1.5 here. 1.5 minus 3, you are going to have minus 2.5, where your x is also negative here. So now take the third one, x lying between 2 and 3. Think of any number that is in between 2 and 3. Let's say 2.5. So now put 2.5 here. 2.5 plus 3 plus 1, you are going to have 3.5. So x is positive. 2.5 minus 2 is going to have 0.5. So x is also positive here. 2.5 minus 3, so you are going to have negative value here. You're going to have minus 0.5. So x is negative on this axis. Then the next is x greater than 3. Any number greater than 3. Let's say 4 is greater than 3. Put 4 here. 4 plus 1 is 5. So x is positive here. 4 minus 2 is 2. So x is also positive. 4 minus 3 is 1. So x is also positive here. So now on this scale, we are going to take the product. Minus times minus is plus. Plus times minus is minus. Plus times minus is minus. Minus times minus is plus. Plus times plus is plus. Plus times minus is minus. Plus times plus is plus. Plus times plus is also plus. But the inequality says this value less than 0, meaning a negative value. So now the negative values are this and this. So we say therefore, the solution set to this inequality is the set of x which belongs to the set of real numbers such that x is this value which is negative, x is less than minus 1, and x is also negative here, x lying between 2 and 3 are the solution to this inequality. Are the solution to the inequality. So now this is it on how to show the solution set of inequalities like this. And if you have any question, please you can drop it on the comment section. And if you're visiting the channel for the first time, do well to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you for your time. See you some other time.